We're impacted! We are impacted! We're impacted! We're ready to get up! We want to win! Light the fire of power that make us free! We never break down! We want to win! We are impacted! The best team!
Hello and welcome back to TNI-UK Impacted, episode 118. Coming to you live via the Total Nonstop Impact Network on YouTube and Twitch. And if you listen on the go, we're also available on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, and wherever you listen to your favourite shows. I'm your host, Bison. And today, I am joined, of course, by the one and only Joker. Hello, buddy. You all right?
Very good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Still full of cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit snivelly. And I'm out in the freezing cold man cave. I've got the electric fire on. It's not doesn't seem to be even touching it right now. And I've got my Oodie. I've got my super warm Christmas Oodie on. Trying to keep me warm. But anyway, the main thing is we're here and we're ready to talk about some Impact Wrestling. Can I just say a quick hello to Barry Monkey 99?
Hello.
Thank you for joining us, buddy. Early on, straight off the bat. Normally takes a few minutes for a few people to start coming in once they get the notification that we're live. So we sort of kind of talk a bit of shit for the first 5-10 minutes. Oh my god! Yeah, that kind of thing. That's the kind of thing that we talk. She was probably doing that last week, wasn't she? She was doing that, and when she was going down to for PCO. But anyway, hey, Mir, nice to see you, bud. Yes, unfortunately, Steve is still unwell, so he's not going to be joining us again tonight, which is a real shame because we do miss him. I like it. Barry's native language is talking shit.
Oh, we got something in common.
Fluent. Yeah, I'm fluent, mate. I'm fluent in it. Don't worry about that.
Talking shit,
we love to talk shit.
Total twattery are my three characteristics.
We do. We love talking shit, mate. It's what we do. We just like to talk shit for an hour and a half on this show. But it's fantastic. Anyway. Oh, look at that. Amy Hutchinson's in the house. Great to see you, sweetheart. Lovely. Zach Bonifer is in the house as well. What's that? I didn't notice that before. Why so serious? I don't know. Is that? Do you normally have that in there? I don't know. Is that something I've not noticed before? We are definitely impacted, though, aren't we? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are, man. We are. So it's good to see so many people join us early on. Yeah, not even on YouTube. I mean, some people are on Twitch. You know what I mean? They're joining us on Twitch.
It's good to
we
see.
love the Twitch.
Is that less serious? We love the now?
Twitch. Well, it's getting less and less serious. It's more talking shitsville. I think that's more like that's where we hail from. Hailing from Shitsville, UK. Yes, Shitsville, Pennsylvania. The Joker and the Bison. Yeah. Anyway, but there you go. So, what are everyone's guesses on the announcement today at 2 p.m.? I'm not sure on this one.
I thought we were friends.
I'm really not sure. To be honest, being from the UK, the Joker and myself, and I know a few other people, are very much hoping it's going to be an announcement of a UK tour. But we're just going to have to wait and see, aren't we?
We are hoping so. Sammy's hoping so.
Everyone's hoping for this. Definitely. And I'll tell you what, it's great to see Amy in the house. I can't. That's a new one there. That's a new one.
Yeah. Welcome.
Yeah. Welcome. I'm winking there. But anyway, so we have got so much to talk about. And I'll tell you what, Dobby, why don't you keep kind of the old press pass ready for the announcement, maybe opening another window, keeping this window open, obviously, because you need to make sure that you're watching Impacted, because that's important. And then let us know in the chat. It's vital. As soon as they announce what the special announcement is, it goes in the chat. We could talk about it.
Yeah.
Right. How about that? I think that's a fair deal. Is that a fair deal?
It's a very fair deal.
Are you up for that, Dobby? You up for that, my friend? I reckon he is. I hope so. That would be cool, because there's no other way of finding out otherwise, because we're stuck on here, aren't we? We'll have to wait for until the end of the show, otherwise.
Because I'm sick!
Yeah. I am a little bit sick, to be honest. I was saying that I was a little bit sick. Anyway, guys, listen. Make sure if you're new to the channel, you like what you see so far, then just smashing that subscribe button and giving us a thumbs up, because that's really, really important that we get a good thumbs up. And if you'd like to show your appreciation with the old super sticker, that would be, of course, very much appreciated. And, of course, it helps us provide you guys with as much content each and every week as we possibly can. Look at that. Dobby, look what Dobby's saying. He said, I live in the US, and even I want to be a UK, even I want it to be a UK tour.
Yeah.
The crowd out there have always been amazing. You're true. We're very amazing. That's why you tune in, man. Because me and Joe, we are fans of the Impact Wrestling, and we're amazing. Exactly why you join in. What bonus baby got to say? I hope it's an announcement of the weekly knockout show I've wanted. I finally came up with a name. Impact TKO, Total Knockouts. That's a good one. Yeah, I quite like it. Yeah, I like that. Impact Total Knockouts. Yeah, I quite like it. I personally like my one, which is the I can't remember what I said it was now. I think it was the Knockouts of the Impact roster or something. I don't know. Knockouts of Impact Wrestling or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, either way, both of those would be pretty cool announcements, because we've been harping on about a show for the Knockouts for about 2 years. So it would be cool for that to happen. But I just don't know. I don't know. But having said that, UK tour, I think, is the one for me. We need a UK tour, don't we?
We definitely need it.
We've not had a UK tour, since 2017, I think was the last time.
Yeah, when they went to Manchester.
And that's a long time, man.
Yeah.
That is a long, long ass time.
Bloody good matches they had there too. It's Sammy Callihan versus Jimmy Havoc in a barbed wire bat match or something, and LAX versus the
if I remember rightly as well, Sue Young faced Lana Austin.
Yes, she did. That was bloody good too. That was really good.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was the first time I really got to see Lana Austin.
And I'll tell you what else was another really good match that night as well was Jody Fleisch Johnny Storm versus LAX.
Yeah.
That was awesome. So there was some amazing, matches, definitely. Mir's look at Mir. He thinks he's the producer of the show.
He thinks he's stage director.
It's time for Bison's News. That's the stage director, Mir on there. Never mind. Anyway, guys, news, rumors, and the Impact recap of the week. So, guys,
Good job.
There we go. The Design Con and Angels defeat Delirious and Yuya Uemura on BTI. After the match, Dina calls out Callihan, and he demands that he makes the right choice to take out Delirious. Callihan follows his orders and spikes Delirious with a Cactus Driver 97. It was, I quite liked it. I thought it was a good match, actually. I like the BTI match. Do you know why I like the BTI matches? Because they give them a bit more time. They get a good, they get a good 10, 15 minutes, don't they, on the BTI matches? So I liked it. And of course, this was one to help follow this, keep that storyline going with regards to Callihan. Like I say, good match, interesting ending. I'm finding the only trouble is I'm finding this storyline a little bit forced at the moment. So I'm hoping that it's going to start becoming a little bit more organic as time goes on. But yeah, I'm feeling it feels a bit forced to me at the moment.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed the match, and it did, forward the storyline a little bit more. I don't know. What do you guys think about the match? What do you think about this Callihan storyline at the moment? I'm absolutely flabbergasted at what's going on with Sammy at the moment. But there you go. If they do UK tour, we better get front row, Bison, Joker, and Steve right on the corner where Bill sits at the American
Oh
shows.
yeah, I hope so. I hope so. That would be amazing.
That would be cool. That would be cool. You get the old hand out, get all the slaps. Yeah, it'd be great. We'll have to make some signs. Bill used to sit here, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Bill used to sit here. Unfortunately, not this time.
I'll have to try and get a massive sign of Bill's face, like the one he had of Joe Doring, and bring that down.
Yeah, exactly, definitely.
Hey,
Terrence, good to see you, man. Thanks for joining us.
Ringside in spirit.
Ring ding. That always reminds me of that. Have you seen Rocky? Rocky Balboa. Rocky 2. At the end of Rocky, or is it Rocky 3? It might be the end of Rocky 3. Actually, at the end of Rocky 3, Apollo Creed's at the ring, and this always makes me laugh every time I watch it. They go in, and he's like, "You still owe me a match," and blah blah blah, and all this kind of stuff. And then he's like, 1 second, Balboa, 1 second. That's really hard for a man of my intelligence to comprehend. And then they're like, well, come on, let's go. And he's like, ding, ding. And off they go. But I love that scene. I absolutely love that scene in Rocky. I do. I love it. I think it's brilliant. Thank you, Amy. Appreciate that. We're doing the best we can here. Doing the best we can. So either way, I think it was a real good. There you go, Rocky 3. There you go. It was Rocky 3. It's a bang on, mate. Bang on, Rocky 3. Was it a big J-bone head? What the hell he's talking? I don't know. I don't know what they're talking about sometimes.
We were talking about bringing a sign of well down like a head, like the Joe Doring things he brought. So let's get one of J-bone.
That's right. We can get one of J-bone. We get one of Bill. We get one of Bill.
One of Trent.
One of Trent. The one of Trent will have to be the one where he's got the big afro.
Pastor Man.
Disco fever. Disco fever. That would be amazing. You've got to put that one on. Put that one on, Joe. See if you can find it. Trent is Disco Fever. Because I think that would be. I think we could get that head, and we could have that on the side. We could have that head. We could have one of Bill, one of J-Bone with his bandana on. That'd be cool.
Oh, you mean this one?
Yeah, go.
Disco fever, disco fever, disco fever. Yeah.
Disco fever. Yeah, that one.
That's the first time I've ever seen that.
That would be cool. Have you never seen that before? Yeah, so we could do that one, right? We could do that head, 1970s version of Trent. I think that'd be very cool. I think that'd be very cool. And we could actually, maybe we could do a big thing on it with a bit like a big thing that pointing to it, saying like "Disco Fever, Disco Fever," or something like that. That'd be cool. That would be cool, wouldn't it? It would.
Yeah.
It's been a bangorama.
And there you go. It does say it looks like MGF with an afro wig on. It does a little bit, I suppose. It does a little bit. Bonus, I remember that. I remember that Family Guy. That was good, man. That was good. Yeah, it is funny. Very, very funny Family Guy episode about with it that included that. Yeah, that was good. I always like some of the stuff that they do on The Simpsons, man. When they do stuff where they sort of kind of like take it back. And they sort of kind of like there's one episode I love. It's one where I said there's quite a few of them, but one of the episodes where Sideshow Bob is going after Bart, and they use the theme and the sort of kind of like the story closely resembles Cape Fear. I love that one. That is so good. That is so good. Oh, jeez, Christ me. Anyway, we're getting a little bit off subject here. Put Disco Fever back on. That's funny. Go on, put that back on. I love it. I love that one. Come on.
Okay, let's just go right back.
I want to get my
back up to the
70s.
top.
I want to get my 70s groove on. Yeah, look, I'm already going that.
Disco fever, disco fever,
got fever. Yeah, love it. Love it. I think that's brilliant. If Trent was watching now, he'd be going crazy. He'd be in the chat saying, motherfuckers. He'd be in our private chat telling us off. Stop fucking.
He'll get Sammy Callihan on.
He will. He'll get Sammy after us. We got to be careful. We better be careful. Anyway. Look at this dumbass. Right. We then head into Impact, and the new Knockouts champion, Mickie James, kicks off Impact, thanking fans as she does, getting all the cheers. But soon gets interrupted by Billy Ray. Anyway, I'm so happy we still get to do that.
I know. It wouldn't be the same without it.
She's still around. Mickie is still there. So, she gets interrupted by Bully Ray, giving it the Billy Big Balls about, they were the ones that drew everybody in. It had nothing to do with him and Joss's match. What sold the pay-per-view, not her. Nothing to do with her. All that kind of crap. Steels and Evans then come out to confront Mickie. Exactly. And a fight breaks out because obviously, she is the greatest that beat the greatest. And so, she's basically telling Mickie that she hasn't beaten her and that she deserves another chance, another shot at the title and all that kind of stuff. Hi, Cockmeister. Nice to see you. But anyway, she then, Mickie then slaps Tasha. Tasha obviously takes exception to that, and then we get a fight breaking out, which is a bit of a sort of kind of 3-on-1, which is that's a bit of disgrace. Out comes Jordan Grace, of course, followed by Kazarian to even up the odds, and yes, who then arrives, but only the DOA Santino Marella comes out, and he is joined by the first surprise of the night, Ernest the Cat Miller. Where did that come from? That was a big surprise of the night.
That was really surprising.
That was an absolute surprise.
I don't think Santino Marella believed it either. I think he broke kayfabe when he saw him there.
I don't know. He was a little bit shocked, I think. So Ernest the Cat Miller comes out, and they have a bit of a conflab, and after some banter, we get a match, don't we? We get Bully Ray, Tasha Steelz, and Savannah Evans versus Mickie James, Jordan Grace, and of course the legend that's recently signed a multi-year deal, Kazarian. And after a pretty crazy match, because it was pretty good, to be fair, it was a pretty good match. Hey Anna, nice to see you, sweetheart. After a pretty crazy match, Team Mickie, I suppose you can call it, Team Mickie, beat Team Bully, because Bully was obviously the first one to come out. And then, not only did that happen, but after the match, Masha Slamovich comes out to the ring and offers Mickie a death warrant, which, of course, Mickie was not impressed with. She threw it back in her face. But, guys, what are your thoughts on this then? Was this a good way to start Impact?
I think it was a fantastic way to kick it off. Everyone knows that a big happy celebration never goes to plan, but this didn't drag on, and the match was awesome. And then Masha Slamovich reminding everyone that she's the one Mickie James should be focusing on. That was just clear cut promo 101, etc. But it was really good. And Bully's promo saying that how he's the one that sold out the whole of it. It was like Chris Jericho when he took on Adam Page. I'm the one who sold out Madison Square Garden and all that sort of stuff. It was so good.
Now the thing is that some people like this kind of stuff. Some people like when you kick off with a big old row, and I like the way that this one specifically just kind of led straight into a match. Sometimes you don't get that. Sometimes you end up with this sort of kind of like massive 20-minute segment of talking, and a lot of dissing each other and all the rest of it, and then they just go off. But I like the way that this one was set up to sort of kind of go into the match.
Yeah,
so I think it was good, and I like the bit at the end with the death warrant as well. This is not something I'd like to see done on a regular basis, but on the odd occasion, it's different.
Yeah,
You know, it's
well,
different
given
for
that
Impact. They don't do this sort of thing all the time.
Mickie James did spend like the last 5 months fighting for a career as well, so it was some of this was gonna have to happen to kick off rather than finish the show on. And then there's no better way to do it, and it also keeps Bully Ray's relevance around too, seeing as he's sticking around.
Totally. Now, bonus, you just wanted to point out that WWE pretty much copied that whole of only there was someone segment for Raw 30. Interesting. I didn't know that, because guess what? I don't watch that trash anymore because it's boring as fuck. But there you go. And Def Punk misses the wild dancing from the cat. Yeah, I get it. And look, the Cockmeister is in agreement. He says it's good if it leads somewhere, and if it's not done too often. And that's it. That's what I'm saying. This particular occasion, it led into a match. It all completely made sense. We then ended with Masha, effectively, handing out her death warrant to Mickie James. And, so it all worked out for the good. The thing is, I don't want to see the similar thing next week. But if we get one every now and again, I'm good with it. I think it's good. But we then find out, of course, later that Mickie will now face Masha for the Knockouts title at Surrender in Las Vegas next month. It's the only match that we've got announced at the moment. I think it's going to be a good match. I'm looking forward to it.
It's going to be amazing.
My only concern with this one is Masha going to lose again? Because it would make it look a bit like a hot potato title if Mickie then loses. So Jordan goes on an amazing run. She beats Masha twice in 2 incredible matches. She then loses to Mickie, who then loses to Masha.
No, I think Mickie James is going to retain. I think if anyone is going to beat Mickie James, it's going to be this person right here.
I am the f***ing greatest.
You reckon?
Yeah. There's only one
Okay.
person destined to beat Mickie James, and that's Deonna Purrazzo.
You think so? Okay. Well, because she hasn't beaten her yet, has she? So yeah, you might.
She hasn't beaten her yet, and she's pissed off at that. Everyone's jumped ahead of her now. And I can see the long-term storytelling we build up between Mickie James and Deonna Purrazzo. Might have round 3. It'll be when they face off again, so it'll be interesting. Especially if they main event like Slammiversary or Bound for Glory, and that would be fucking brilliant.
Yeah, definitely. Now, the word on the street, Joe, I don't know if you've heard this, but the word on the street is Impact have signed Sheldon Jeans to a deal as well. Now, there's been I haven't seen any official announcement. I don't know whether it's a short-term deal, long-term deal. I don't know, but it's out there that Sheldon Jeans has been signed. He's a Canadian wrestler. He's done pro wrestling. Noah. He's been all over the place. Hell of a, a lot of people are calling him a blue chip contender, blue chipper. So I'm looking forward to seeing what this guy does. He debuts tomorrow night on Impact Wrestling versus Jonathan Gresham. So you don't want to miss that.
Oh, that's going to be good. No better way to get an introduction than to go up against the Octopus.
Yes.
I've heard the name before, but I've not seen him in action. And this is the first I've heard about a possibility of him actually being fully signed to Impact Wrestling at that. So that's fucking brilliant. It's another good signing for Impact Wrestling. And
Mira's correct as well. Big Con's also signed a multi-year deal.
Yeah. And that's the other one. It's going to be. I'm so glad he's on. I say Angels is on the full contract too.
Yes, definitely. And I have to say, guys, if you're a fan of Con, I will be interviewing him one-on-one for Bison Talks Impact at some point next week. So keep your eyes out for that one. It should be interesting. And now that he's obviously signed, it should be interesting to hear what he's got to say about the company and why he decided to sign and all that kind of stuff. I'm really looking forward to that. I think it's going to be a really good interview. So keep your eyes open. That one will be coming to you very, very soon. Now, the next thing we get was Steve Maclin confronts Santino as he believes that already he is the number one contender after defeating all comers, including former world champion Rich Swann at Hard to Kill. And of course, preceding this, he was talking to Ernest Miller. about this match that he set up, the 6-shooter golden match or whatever it was. I can't remember the full title now. But basically, 6 former Impact World Champions going at it in one ring at one time to determine who will be the next number 1 contender. Obviously, Steve Maclin's like, what the fuck? Like, I'm going through people. I defeated Rich Swann last week. How's he getting another shot at potentially becoming a number 1 contender? That should be me. And he's got a point, hasn't he, Joe? He's got a point.
Yeah. My gut reaction from seeing this on Friday morning was Maclin should have been in a mismatch because I didn't take on board that everyone in it was a former world champion. That was like I posted that Steve Maclin should have been in a mismatch, not but if anyone else should have been. And then like 15 minutes later, I realized I actually reread what the match was called and looked at who everyone was in it. But I can see Steve Maclin still getting a shot by Rebellion. I don't see Josh Alexander losing anytime soon. But Maclin not being in it now just adding to the point that he's one of these guys who feels he's not being used or treated with the respect he deserves. And because even Rich Swann said, "If you beat me, then you're next in line."
Exactly, yeah, because it's the two of them are going for it. They were gunning for it. Now the thing is here, but then who's Rich Swann to say who's going to be a number 1 contender? Who's not? There you go. That's my thought process on that one. However, I think Mir's right again. He's being right in two segments today. He's let us know about the obviously about the signing of Big Con, which we knew it was just on my list of things to do, but he is right about that. And he's also, I think he's right about this one as well. But Steve Maclin will beat Josh Alexander at Rebellion and win the Impact World title.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that that's why they're holding him back. So they're going to put someone else in his way. Don't forget, we've got No Surrender and Sacrifice to come before Rebellion. Yeah. So they've got to find at least 2 more contenders before they stick Maclin in the mix, because if they want him to go against Maclin at Rebellion to create a massive match there, who knows? They got to feed Josh somebody else. I mean, I just have a feeling that obviously whoever wins this one, obviously is the next contender. That'll go into No Surrender. But who's going to be the one after that is Sacrifice. Who's going to be one after that? Because I honestly believe they're going to hold it off. They got to hold that off because it's going to be a massive match.
Yeah.
So you don't want to blow your load. You don't want to blow your load too early, do you? Rebellion is the key. Because if he goes to Sacrifice and loses, or wins at Sacrifice, it's not such a big deal. You know what I mean? It'd be nicer for him, to put all this time and effort and hard work in, and then actually win on a pay-per-view as opposed to a special. Do you know what I mean?
Although the specials I've been were pay-per-view quality last year. The specials were I'm
not saying they're not, mate.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, who knows? Maybe we'll get a match at Sacrifice. Makes a bit of sense. We get some sort of stipulation match, or somebody else gets involved and causes a DQ or something at that there, and then obviously that leads us into some sort of kind of no holds barred or something type match.
Yeah.
Maybe another fucking All Metal Mayhem or something.
It's got to get nasty.
You never know.
It's going to get nasty
because Steve Maclin is all about the mayhem, right? He's mayhem for all, baby.
Bring back Lethal Lockdown. Put Steve Maclin and Josh Alexander in a cage. That's what I want to see.
Man, seriously,
put them in a cage. Yeah, caught in the crosses through the cage. Like
you're trying to kill one of them, aren't you? Joker wants to see deathmatch. That's what I think. He wants to see a celebrity deathmatch. There's another cartoon that was damn good in his day.
Oh, I love Celebrity Deathmatch. I love that so much.
Stone Cold Steve Austin on commentary. Loved it.
Yeah.
Anyway, we were then treated to a top knot match between former knockout champ Diana Perazzo and Impact newcomer Ashley D'Amboise. Now, I have to say I was really impressed with Ashley, who gave Diana a run for her money. But eventually, as you would expect, Diana got the upper hand because she is the fucking greatest to obviously get the win. So again, I thought this was a good match. I thought it was a good showing. It was a good debut for Ashley Is it Amboys? I think it's Amboys.
It's something. It's something French. So it's the A's like silent. I've meant to watch the match back so I could get a name right, but I didn't have time.
Yeah, but it was a good match. I thought she had a really good showing. There isn't word yet on whether she's been signed, but interestingly enough, with the little segment earlier, a little bit later backstage, sort of kind of gives you an indication that maybe she's going to be around a little bit longer. Otherwise, why give her any more TV time other than just a match for Deanna to win, if that makes sense. But fingers crossed. Maybe she is also joining the knockouts division, which would be pretty good. Now, the word is that the Rebellion pay-per-view has pretty much sold out all the floor seating at the Rebel Complex in Toronto. And it's not even, it's the pay-per-view itself is not even happening until April the 16th. So interesting stuff. All the floor seats. And so literally, I would imagine probably by the weekend, all that's going to be left is the general admission stuff. So if you like a floor seat, if you want to get as close to the ring as possible, I would get on IMPACT WRESTLING.com and get on the event section, and I would buy your ticket ASAP because I think this is going to be an absolute cracker. And it just goes to show that the Canadian audience is absolutely rabid for a bit of Impact Wrestling to come back. So that's
the Canadian
fantastic.
Audience believes.
Yeah, and don't forget, we've also got Sacrifice there in March, which is that's in Windsor.
So amazing.
Windsor. So there's a lot going on in Canada for a little while. So we need to start getting some stuff in the UK, if you ask me. But there you go. We then get Gia Miller trying to find PCO in the basement. I thought this was a fun segment, but he's clearly unhinged, and all he had to say for himself was Eddie. That was pretty much all he had to say for himself. He looked pretty pissed off, and I think that Eddie Edwards is he's got a little bit. He's got a handful. I think he's got a handful.
Oh my God!
That was pretty much what happened. Yeah, she literally ran off screaming. But it was a fun segment. I liked it. Down in the basement. I liked it.
We need Vincent to come back and try and control him.
Yeah, we do, Vincent. We do. Where has Vincent been anyway? Talking about Vincent, we need to wish him a happy birthday. It's friend of the show, Vincent. Happy birthday, my friend. Come home. We want you to come back to Impact. Don't know what you're doing, man.
Saying, bro. We miss you.
What on earth are you? What's going on? I dig it, man. I dig it.
Dig what you're saying.
Yeah, I dig what you're saying, buddy. But there you go. So it would be good to have Vincent back, but because we're not sure what he's up to. He just doesn't even seem to be doing any indie shows at the moment, so which is weird. But anyway, we then got Trey Miguel trying to give some bad advice to Ashley the Amboys backstage, but she was like, who the hell are you? And eventually, Mike Jackson, a knight in shining armor, and earns himself a match this week for the X Division title, nonetheless. So we're going to get Mike Jackson versus Trey Miguel for the X Division title. I'm actually looking forward to this one. After his suicide dive through the ropes, it's hard to kill. I'm going to give this one a fair crack at the whip. 73-year-old Mike Jackson getting a second,
Amazing.
getting a chance
Absolutely
to win
incredible.
the X Division title, man.
It's going to be interesting for sure. I'm just is Trey Miguel actually going to go that low and tag him as well, or is he at least not going to go easy on him in that respect, because he's not going to go easy on him in the ring. So, but I hope he doesn't tag him. That's just going to be uber heel. Even Sami Callihan wouldn't go that low.
Yeah, definitely.
That'd be the most heel thing you could ever do if you just tag an old man.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. I like it. Bonus, baby. Best Jackson in the biz. You could be right, buddy. You could be right. Definitely the best Jackson. Anyway, I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna give it a fair crack at the whip. I was a bit dubious on why Mike had been added it hard to kill, but he is a local lad. He's very, very popular with the local fans. So Yeah, why not? Give it a go. Give him a match at the tapings as well for the fans to get into. I'm sure he's going to get a lot. He's going to get a big cheer. I think
he's going to
that's
get a huge
part
pop.
and parcel of why he's in. He's going to get a pop, man.
Huge
He's going to
pop.
get a big pop.
And Trey's got everyone
Now-
against him so quickly. It's been fantastic.
Definitely. Now, Joe, we then get treated to what I thought was a fantastic match between Taylor Wilde versus Killer Kelly. Of course, eventually, after what I thought was a really good match, Killer Kelly did get the win over Taylor Wilde. Not to my disgust. I mean, I am a huge Taylor Wilde fan. I like to see her win, but Killer Kelly's pretty awesome too. So it's one of those matches where you don't want either of them to win. Do you know what I mean? Because you're
It's
a fan
like
of both
almost
of them.
every knockouts match I've watched. Basically, it's very, very hard to pick a favorite and one you really want to win.
Yeah,
But
I agree.
Killer Kelly needed the win more. She's lost a couple of matches before already, and Taylor Wilde's on a huge momentum, got a lot of momentum behind her already. But the match was incredible. It was so a lot more evenly. They were a lot more evenly matched than I thought they would be. Especially seeing as Killer Kelly's recently just got back into the ring. You wouldn't have thought she's been away for so long. She's
doing amazing.
She's
doing amazing. Now, I'm just looking in the comments, Joe. Got Dead Punk there. He's talking about maybe they're setting up a Monsters Ball match for Eddie and PCO. You could be right. We could be heading to that. And I totally agree as well with regards to...
Buried Alive match.
I totally agree as well with regards to Trey, Miguel, and Mike Jackson. Mike Jackson is definitely in good hands with Trey. Trey will make him look awesome, without any shadow of doubt, and he'll look after him, make sure he doesn't get hurt. So I think that's great.
No, we're talking about the Horror King Vincent. Dig what I'm saying?
Dig what I'm saying, man. You dig what I'm saying? Anyway, after taking out Delirious as part of the design's initiation process earlier on the BTI show, Callihan is struggling to come to terms with his actions. He's sort of kind of, he's not too happy about what's going on. Dina explains step 3 comes next week. Win the Golden Stick Shooter and become the number 1 contender for the Impact World title or else. Well, could this be where it all comes a little bit unstuck? Is he gonna end up winning? I don't know.
Well, I think
there's too many big hitters in that.
If Sammy wins and he doesn't beat Josh Alexander, then that's where the stumbling blocks are going to come. That's going to be the first big loss for Sammy, I think, with this year is when he faces Josh Alexander at No Surrender. Is it No Surrender we got next, or whichever one we've got next is. That's where Sammy's going to take his first loss and the first hit to the designs. Trying to think of the bloody word. His introduction into the design. It's going to be the first bump in the road. Then so Dina's going to give some. You've got like one more chance to not screw this up. Don't screw it up. Sort of thing.
Okay, all right, I'm down with that. I like that idea. But mate, we then get backstage again. We got Gisele Shaw telling Santina Morala that she deserves another Knockouts World Tag Team title opportunity against the Death Dolls. She was the one that pinned them, last week or on the what was it, on the digital media exclusive match? She pinned, didn't she?
That is a good match.
Now, check it out. Of course, Santino points out that the problem is nobody wants to be her partner. Even so we've got an issue. So we then get a match set up for this week between which is a Knockouts Tag Team World title match between the Death Dolls, Gisele Shaw, and a mystery partner. Now the question here is, who do we think the mystery partner is going to be? Is it going to be a big name, or is it just going to be some random local girl or something? Who do we think it's going to be? I don't know.
I'm wondering if it's going to be a 6-person tag match. I'm wondering if it's going to be a 6-person tag match because James Mitchell posted something on Facebook about some people he's bringing back to Impact Wrestling, and I'm wondering if this is when they show up for the.
Okay.
I'm not going to say too much else because I don't want to give any spoilers away. But James Mitchell's brought some people back to Impact Wrestling.
Okay. Is he a part of the Hex? Is he? I didn't
Yeah.
realize he was involved in the Hex. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
James
So
Mitchell's
that's
brought them in.
it only becomes a spoiler when you talk about results in a match, really.
Okay. Well,
to be
I
fair,
think that
it's been publicized everywhere that the Hexes have
Yeah.
turned up on Impact, but there's nothing been said about what they're doing.
Yeah, if
So,
it's not with Gisele Shaw, it's going to be after the match that they come in. But I know James Mitchell, he posted that he's brought them back in to take care of Rosemary and all that after what she after she got too young to kill him.
Okay, that's interesting. I still want to know where Sue Young is. I'm absolutely gutted she never turned up at Hard to Kill. I mean, what's going on? She's still on the roster page. She's been doing independent dates. Why the hell is she not back at Impact? I just don't get it. But anyway, that's for another day. Let's not talk about that today. That's for another day. But I guess we're just going to have to wait.
Who booked this?
Yeah, exactly, James. Who booked this fucking shit? This is the shit show. That's what it is. But anyway, we've already wished happy birthday to Vincent. Sorry, I got that on next on my things to talk about, but we sort of kind of talked about that earlier when he sort of kind of got mentioned. We then get Steve Maclin, who is clearly in a bad mood, like a very, very bad mood, versus Dirty Dango. And I have to say, I thought this was a quick but good match with Maclin, continuing to prove he is the next in line to face Josh Alexander. He just keeps winning, right? He just keeps winning.
Yeah, this is a good match.
That's what he's doing. So I'm just going to keep winning. I mean, Dirty Dango, at the end of the day, he's a veteran of the ring. You're going to get a good match out of him when you go up, especially when you bring in a young upstart like Steve Maclin. Like I said, I enjoyed this match. I'm a bit of a fan of Dirty Dango. I think they need to keep Dirty Dango if they can, even if they sign him to like a per appearance deal for like, a year or something. I think it'd be really cool. I do. I think it'd be really cool. Dead Punk, always good to see James Mitchell back doing anything in Impact.
Yeah.
He has a overall fascinating character. Plus, I want to see him interact with Raven once again. Yeah, that would be cool.
That would be so good. I'd love to have him and Raven in commentary for one match.
Yeah. No, exactly.
I'm sure they could do something
stuff.
with Eddie Edwards and PCO. That would be interesting.
I think what we are seeing though is that they're clearly building Maclin up to be, a wrecking machine.
Yeah.
Every match he's clear winner of everything he does at the moment. So they're setting him up to be a challenger for Josh in the near future. So looking forward to that. Hopefully, like you say, main event in Rebellion would be awesome. Be an awesome thing for Steve as well, to be fair.
Yeah.
We've then got Mickie James has been hinting a possible match on the socials with Mercedes Moné.
That would be interesting to see. I'm really looking forward to that.
That's former Sasha Banks, right?
Yes.
Is that right?
If that happens,
so
yeah. And
who recently turned up on New Japan, right? She turned up at New Japan.
Yeah.
She's not signed to New Japan. She's an independent wrestler at the moment. She's doing different bits all over the place. Mickie James is saying, come on over to Impact Wrestling. And she's not saying, let's do this match somewhere else. She's saying, let's do this match in Impact Wrestling. Do we think this is going to happen? I mean, all of the turds were out, giving it some, soon as this was mentioned, giving it some beef. What I find interesting on this one, though, is that it was DAZN, our recent, partner, DAZN, that are sort of kind of shouting about this one, which leads me to think that, possibly there's some legs in it. It's not just some spouting off on Twitter. There's actually there's some legs in this one because, DAZN are kind of saying, yeah, this is happening, baby. Saying that this would be great, and they're pushing it out there. And I got a funny feeling there might be some legs in this one. So don't be surprised if at Rebellion or one of the specials we don't see Mickie James versus Mercedes Moné. So you never know, or Sasha Banks, whatever you want to call her. But there you go. We then got Gia Miller interviews the major players after coming up short in the four-way elimination match for the Impact World Tag Titles at Hard to Kill. Miller reveals their upcoming match with Ace Austin versus Chris Bay. Moose then, of course, interrupts. Of course, Moose interrupts and reminds both Matt Cardona and Brian Myers of their past issues with the digital media champion, Joe Hendry, because obviously he's pissed because he's lost to Joe Hendry. So he needs to get some allies. As the original champion of the internet, Cardona vows to reclaim the digital media title after taking care of Bullet Club next Thursday. Meaning,
I believe in Joe Hendry.
we definitely believe in Joe Hendry.
Been waiting for that.
That would be amazing. Yeah, we've been waiting to put Joe Hendry out there for a while. Okay, so it's cool. But yeah, no, it's interesting. I think, you know, one thing that that Moose versus Joe Hendry did was make the digital media title that much more important.
Yeah. Joe Hendry versus Matt Cardona, that's going to be fucking brilliant. That is going to be amazing.
Yeah, yeah. I'm going to answer. Oh, hey, TJ Warner. Thanks to Coney Khan's comment about doing the World Cup with Forbidden Door pay-per-view and collaborations with Impact, all about AEW. Not sure what that's about. I've not seen that, but anyway. Cool. Whatever, mate. We've got Mir saying that Bison, Matt Cardona, soon to be Zack Ryder, woo, woo, woo. You know it. Well, if you read the story correctly, Mir, what it says is that he has bought the name Zack Ryder, and he's bought other things to do with it, but for promotional purposes, wasn't it, or merchandise purposes. So to me, what that tells me, as a marketing guy, is that all he's done is he's bought some intellectual property that he could then make T-shirts out of and sell them and make money. Something that he did for 18 years or something crazy. He was with the WWE for a crazy amount of time.
He was with the WWE for about 18 years, and so he
about 18 years.
So basically, bought the stuff that he created, basically.
Yeah, so what he's done is he's bought the intellectual property for merchandising for that name, and slogans and all that kind of shit. So that doesn't mean that all of a sudden he's going back to the WWE. It just means that expect a few T-shirts coming out in the near future with Zack Ryder written on it and woo 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 and all the rest of it, right? Because believe it or not, as much as we prefer the Matt Cardona version of Zack Ryder, or sorry, you know what I'm saying. That at the end of the day, he was Zack Ryder for nearly 18 years. It's got some mileage in it. There's a lot of fans out there of Zack Ryder. He was one of the top selling merchandise guys for WWE during his time. Along with people like Rey Mysterio, along with people like Matt Hardy, etc. One of their top merchandise guys. So, why not? Why not go and buy it? That's what I say.
Yeah,
own your shit. And then make money off your shit. That's what I say. So it's all good. That's what I saw.
We do talk a lot of shit here, guys.
We do. There's a lot of shit being spoken right now. I could be wrong, but that's what I see. Now, something else I wanted to let you guys know about as well. The Rosemary Death Doll on shopimpact.com is now sold out. And looks like it won't be long before the Taya and Jessica's are sold out too. So don't delay. Buy your death doll today. There you go. Do you like that?
I do.
Was that my best Don West impression? So that's what I say. But there you go. See, bonus baby. I'm guessing he owns the name Zack Ryder. He'll get a cut of any for Zack Ryder merch. There you go.
Yeah,
that's exactly it. He doesn't it makes perfect sense. Any business person would know that. It makes perfect sense. Now we then get Tommy Dreamer sitting down with Busted Open co-host Dave LaGreca. Now I'm loving this stuff. I'm loving Dave LaGreca's on here. I'm loving the Busted Open referencing. I think this is great. This is good business, right? So Dave LaGreca interviews Tommy Dreamer about the ongoing issues with his former friend Bully Ray. LaGreca admits that it has been very difficult to co-host Busted Open with both Dreamer and Bully. LaGreca asks if the relationship can be repaired, but Dreamer immediately turns down that proposition.
That is not an appropriate question.
Dreamer says that he may lose a match, but he will never lose the war, and he's about to go to war with Bully Ray. So we can safely say that we're going to get a serious ECW style war coming from Bully Ray and Tommy Dreamer.
I love this match.
And of course, I'm sure the good hands are going to have something to do with this as well. So who do we think Tommy Dreamer is going to bring in to help him? I don't know. And of course, recently, Devon Dudley. Well, possibly. And of course, Devon Dudley has recently been released from WWE. After his release, he's been released. So I wonder what he's going to be doing. So there's a possible avenue. Maybe Devon's going to come to Impact Wrestling to be a part
Devon
of,
does a Davey Richards.
Maybe even help Tommy as opposed to
so I mean, Devon does the Davey Richards.
Yeah.
Like
you just never know.
Up against
hey, Rick.
Eddie Edwards.
Exactly.
Yeah,
hey, Rick Joe. Thanks for joining us. Really appreciate. What's this question? What if Kenny King got written off and we get Kenny return with his old friend? Rhett Titus. Yeah, for Ring of Honor. That would be pretty cool as well. Who knows? There is so many opportunities at the moment. There's some incredible talent out there. Impact are currently locking up talent all over the place. So I'm looking forward to seeing what comes in 2023. If you look at the roster page now, there's some incredible talent on that roster. Impact don't sign people willy-nilly like other promotions just for the sake of it. They sign talents that they know are going to do a great job and that are going to be worth the money. So, so I think we're doing well in that respect. So we then head into the main event, and we've got Kenny King versus Mike Bailey in a pit fight. Now, man, this was insane. I thought the entire match was absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Really incredible stuff. We had running drop kicks and we had all sorts of shit going on. Off the side into the ring, but there was all sorts of shit going on during this match. There was so much that you can't cram it all in. What did you think of this match, Joe? Because I loved it.
I thought it was amazing. It was a really, really good match. And Mike Bailey and Kenny King, they just completely, it was like one of the most entertaining matches I've seen on Impact Wrestling, full stop. It was just reminding me of something that you'd see in Tekken or Mortal Kombat, like Mike Bailey gave reference to. It's just that kind of that intensity in action, and it was just reminded me of like 20 years ago when I used to play Tekken on the bloody PS1 and PS2. There's that sort of atmosphere to it. But the finish was amazing. That kick into the chair. I did not expect Mike Bailey to go that low. I thought he'd try an Ultimate Weapon again and then go for a submission. I didn't think he'd literally do a fatality on Kenny King. That was insane. That was like the whole match was really, really brutal. And I hope it's like just one of these one-time only events like we had with Elevation X. We had that twice. But I hope it's just one of those things that we see once, maybe twice, and then never see it again, to keep the matches that are there, because it was something that does not need to be repeated again, because it was so good.
Yeah. I think it's one of those things that I think to me, it's one of those sort of kind of like speciality matches or, attraction matches that you pull out every now and again. It's not something you get some sort of badass thing going on. Oh, let's do a pit fight, and I think it'll work really well. But again, the people that take part in it have to have some sort of kind of like MMA thing. You couldn't do it with just like box standard wrestlers, I don't think. It worked because the guys that were in it are both sort of kind of martial art, sort of MMA style fighters. And that's why it worked so well. So I really loved it. I thought it was great. And just going back to what Jason was saying there, yes, I'm feeling a little bit better this week, my friend. Thanks for asking. And I think you were asking me something about bringing in Devon's son. I think that would also be pretty cool. Imagine Devon and his son tagging. That would be quite cool. I'm down with that. But I think they worked this beautifully. I think they pulled this off perfectly well. I think it was a fantastic attraction, and I know that a lot of people that were there who sort of kind of mentioned to me, you don't want to miss this match. It was one of the best things I've ever seen live. So incredible stuff. And I have to say, if you are one of those people that would rather diss Impact than watch it, you're a fool. You need to start watching Impact Wrestling. It is one of the best, hour and a half or 2 hours of pro wrestling on TV every single week. You need to check it out, guys. Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. I totally agree with you, mate. I totally agree with you. Sorry, Taurus was saying that it was a badass match and he wouldn't mind having a crack at one day. So who knows? We might see Black Taurus in one of these fantastic pit fights. Hey, Courtney, nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. We got a few people in the chat today, guys. Keep coming. It's great to see you there. Giving your input. We love interacting with you. And remember what I said. I've always said this in the past, and I'm saying it now. You guys are just as much part of this show as we are. We love seeing your comments. We love hearing what you say.
Yeah, that dive off the ring post that Mike Bailey did, that was insane. The balance he has is just incredible.
Yeah,
that was just.
He is insane.
There's like no room for error on there at all. He could have easily fallen off and snapped his neck or something like that if he landed awkwardly. But fucking hell, that had me like, oh my god, ah!
Hey, Randy Sam, nice to see you, buddy. What's he saying? Mojo Rawley should come to Mojo Rawley should come to Impact. How do you feel about that? He's friends with Brian Myers. Well, when Brian Myers signed, he did say that he was looking to bring some of his fantastic students, for instance, over to Impact Wrestling. So if he's got any influence on bringing some of these guys in, then that is fantastic news, isn't it? At the end of the day, that is fantastic news. Now, guys, just to let everybody know, if you don't know already, tickets are available now for No Surrender. And the Fallout, plus Sacrifice, and the Fallout from Sacrifice, and of course, Rebellion. And we already know that Rebellion is on April the 16th, or is it 14th? I can't remember off the top of my head. But it is selling so fast that almost all of the floor seats are sold out. So, guys, I can't stress enough. If you're watching the show now, I'm telling you, those floor seats are going fast. So if you like to sit on the floor rather than in the general admission seats, upstairs or a little bit further back, then you need to get yourself onto impactwrestling.com, get onto the event section, click on Rebellion, and book your tickets today. That's what you need to do. There you go. That's my selling for today. Christ, I'm getting crazy at all this selling stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah. Everyone's just giving me a bit of praise.
There you go. Look. There you go. J Bone just wanted to remind you folks to check out Bison's TNI and 60 updates that he does daily. Keep up the good work, Bison. Wow, look at that. Thank you, boss. Appreciate it. So, Jonathan Sam's in the house as well. Blimey, I'll tell you what, we're filling out, mate. Randy Sam's in the house, Cockmeister's in the Barry's in the house, Jonathan Sam. I mean, they're all in tonight. Everybody is in. Well, today if you're in the US, but tonight if you're here in the UK, everybody's in the house tonight. I love it. Thanks for joining us, guys. Yeah. Now, Joe, the digital media exclusive match this week. Now, I've not seen it yet. I've just not had the time. I've got so much going on at the moment. I just not have the time, but I know you did. We've got Aiden Prince, Andrew Everett versus Shearer and Raj Singh. What are your thoughts, man? What was this? Was it a good match? Where was it? I think it was this taped at Hard to Kill?
This was taped at Hard to Kill. It was taped on either on the night or at the start of the next set of tapings. But it was part of Hard to Kill as one of the bonus matches they had there. It was a pretty decent match. It went on for about just over 10 minutes. and we got a lot of Tom Hannafin keep boosting up Andrew Everett's character as Andrew the Giant, and we got a really good show of offense from Shearer and Raj Singh throughout the match, and we got I hope that we can see Aiden Prince and Andrew Everett team together a bit more, because they did a pretty good job, seeing as this is the first time they've ever worked together. And
what's interesting, Joe, is that we're both
match.
big fans. We're both big fans of Aiden and Andrew as individual wrestlers. Anyway,
yeah.
I think they probably a cracking tag team, mate. I mean, did they work well together?
They did work pretty well together. It was I thought they was, or I thought the outcome of the match would have been different than to what it was, but they did work well really well together. It was and the match ended cleanly, which was good too. It was just a really decent match.
Yeah,
I also got to check
and
out
I have to agree with most people. Oh, the New Japan match.
Yeah, that if you guys get a chance to watch that on Impact Plus or YouTube, check that out too, because that's bloody amazing.
Yeah, no, definitely. Now it's interesting. There's a lot of love in the chat right now for Aiden Prince.
Yeah,
you know, he's been signed to Impact now for quite some time, but we don't seem to see him very much, which is a real shame because, like you say, he's a fantastic talent, and every match I've ever seen him in is just absolutely superb. So yeah, I'd like to see more Aiden Prince, please. Impact, more Aiden Prince. So. I think Randy's after you posting something about the Dudley
I didn't
Academy.
see it, so I'm not scrolling back up for the comments to find it.
Have you missed it?
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy, we missed that one. If you want to post it again, then we'll see if we can catch that one. So yeah, make them a regular team like Impact used to do with the Naturals and the Motor City Machine Guns. I agree. I think, I agree. Aiden Prince, Andrew Everett, I don't know what you would call them. I don't know. But, both fantastic talents. And if it's a way of getting them on Impact regularly, then yeah, let's get them tagging. Why not? Tomorrow night, let's get stuck into what's going on tomorrow night. So we've got the BTI match is Zicky Dice versus a newcomer in Carly Bravo. I did check this guy out on socials. He's not got a massive following. But he does look very interesting. He's got a good look about him. So I'm interested to see what this guy can do. Do you know this guy at all?
No, I don't. But it's always good to see Sticky Rice. Hopefully, like Johnny Swinger, distracting him too much and holding him down too much. But we all know what the swing man's like.
And I want my pizzles back. And I want my pizzles back.
Stop making me laugh because I keep laughing, I keep coughing. Every time I laugh, I cough. Stop it. So what we got here? Bison and Joker, Randy Sam, Bison and Joker. How about, since Devon is a free agent, Impact can use Dudley Academy like what NXT is for new talents, or I guess so. Yeah, there you go.
They've got a similar.
Why not?
Relationship
there's so many.
They've got a similar thing like that with OVW at the moment already. That's why Shear is there.
Yeah, so I mean, you got OVW. We've obviously got Brian Myers. I've forgotten what is this called now, but is it something true? I don't know. We got Brian Myers training school, and of course, there is the potential to have the Dudley Academy involved as well. And at the end of the day, one thing Impact is great at is creating new talents, right?
Yeah, and then they willingly use people from no, I forgot what I was going to say, but yeah.
They willingly use people from local promotions when they go to different areas, because they're always good to get a good squash, get people in there, sort of kind of, making their roster guys look good. getting wins under their belts because, of course, at the end of the day, wins and losses are important, as Tony would say. Not that he seems to pay much attention to it, but there you go. So Rick Joe, Josh Alexander asked Scott to get new talents also to Bison in an interview. I'd love to interview Josh. I've actually, right, I've not interviewed Josh Alexander recently since he's been champion. I did interview Josh, and if you go to the interview section of Total Nonstop Impact on YouTube, you will find that Bison has interviewed Josh Alexander when he was tag team champ. So go and check that out. It's a nice interview. Josh is a great guy. Go and check it out. I've got a good relationship with Josh, so yeah, go and check that interview out. It's really good, and I have to say that I think I will get an interview soon with Josh. So just watch this space. Go and check out the interview I did with him about a year and a half ago. Go and check that interview out, and yeah, watch this space for more interviews coming in the coming weeks and months. Now, Impact Wrestling, Joe. We've got the major players versus Bullet Club, Bay and Ace. This is going to be an absolute cracker.
Yeah,
this is going to be an absolute cracker. I think that the major players always put on a good show, and of course, I think this is a platform to then start to boost Ace and Bay to get them into that sort of kind of number one contender position versus Motor City Machine Guns. I can't wait because I don't know. I don't want to see it until Rebellion, though. Do you know?
Yeah,
what I mean, for me,
I can see them being like being in the top spot
versus Ace and Bay. I mean, maybe we get like a sacrifice or something. There, we'll get something going on there, but it's still not it's still not 2-on-2 kind of thing.
Yeah,
maybe we'll get another multi-match type thing scenario going on, and then they'll prove that they're worthy of a shot, and then eventually, obviously, Motor City Machine Guns will pass the torch onto the Bullet Club, who will hopefully then hold it for the rest of the year, which will be pretty awesome. And we've got that match. We've got the X Division title match, which is obviously we talked about that earlier. Trey Miguel versus Mike Bailey. Can't wait for that one.
Mike Jackson.
I think Trey. Yes. Sorry, Mike Jackson. Yes, sorry, Mike. Why did I put Mike Bailey down? What an idiot! Let me just change that because I feel like a prick for putting that down. There you go. I've changed it. Mike Jackson. Yeah, the 73-year-old badass from Atlanta. We then got the knockout tag team. We were. And guys, talking about Mike Bailey, if you've not watched, because not many people have, if you've not gone and watched my match, my interview that I only did a couple of weeks ago.
Fucking head knocked off.
Okay. Jesus Christ, no, I don't have a match with Mike Bailey. Kick the shit out of me. But if you've not seen the interview that I did with Mike Bailey just before Hard Skill, you want to go and check it out because it's a really, really good interview. In fact, it's probably one of my best ones. So it's well worth going to check it out. Only 83 people have watched it so far. Very disappointed in that.
It's on my to-do
Guys,
list tonight.
go and watch Mike Bailey interview with Bison, right? You've got to go and watch it. Bison Talks Impact, Mike Bailey. It's a good listen. It's a good interview. Go and check it out. So we then got the Knockout Tag Team Championship. We got the Death Dolls versus Gisele Shaw versus a mystery. With a mystery opponent. We talked about it earlier, so I don't want to go into any more on that one. But we're just gonna have to wait and see. I'm hoping it's someone good, like someone this on a return or something. But they, who knows? Who knows? There you go, Joe. Yeah, you're right, Rick. You're right. Breaking news: Bison versus Bailey. Book it. I think that's more of a who booked this shit. I think, to be honest, who booked this shit. There you go. We then got the debut in what?
Technically, I booked it. Technically, I booked it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. So we then got the debuting, recently signed. Apparently, I've not seen it officially yet, but recently signed Sheldon Jean versus Jonathan Gresham. I think this is going to be a cracking match, and I think this is all about making Sheldon look like a badass. He may not win. But I think it's probably be the first win this will be a first win back on Impact for Jonathan. But I think that they'll make Sheldon look good. I'm pretty sure of that. And we then got Kushida and Kevin Knight. Now I don't know much about Kevin Knight either, so I'm gonna look him up. Versus the Good Hands. Again, a recent tag team that's been put together on Impact Wrestling. Remember, only 3 months ago, where's all our tag teams? Oh, we got a lot of tag teams now, mate. We got a lot of tag teams. So that should be an interesting match, especially this Kevin Knight guy. I don't know who he is, but it's always good to see Kushida for a start, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
And then we've got the Golden Six Shooter #1 contender match. Moose, Swan, Edwards, Callihan, Saban, and the legend, the Gore Machine, the War Machine, Rhino. So that's going to be one hell of a main event. Yeah, that's clearly that's.
I love this match.
Worthy.
I can't disagree. I can't disagree. I think this is going to be a hell of a match. And if this is a match that Santino came up with all on his own,
Yeah.
fair play, because I think it's going to be it's going to be a badass match. It's going to be a badass match. What else? So I'm going to quick look in the chat to see if there's anything there before we move on. It says, when was Rhino world champion? Wasn't he the NWA champion?
He was the NWA world champion
when it was
Yeah, he was NWA world
a while
champion.
ago. But he definitely was. What's this? J-Bone was talking about this last Thursday. When was I just think it's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a good show. We've obviously got it's a heavy match driven show this week.
Yeah.
Last week was very promo driven. This week is going to be match driven. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a really, really good show. I do love match driven shows, I must admit. With short and sweet promos. That's what I like. I like those, we get 5 or 6 matches, but we get short and sweet promos just to forward stories a little bit. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a really, really, really good show tomorrow. So make sure you join in wherever you watch it, that's for sure. But guys, that's just about all we've got time for this week. But don't forget to tune in to the TNI Impact review show tomorrow night, live on YouTube and Twitch, directly after Impact has aired on Access TV, Fight Network in Canada, Impact Plus, YouTube Insiders, and of course, it's now available on DAZN. So make sure you go checking it out. Please don't forget. I have to say, although it might not be on the biggest, channel in the US, it's got to be one of the most available most available promotions to watch in the world, other than WWE. It's got to be.
It's now like the third most available show alongside OVW and WWE.
It's just crazy.
It's right up there,
I mean, we've got. I mean, in the US, it might not be as well. You might not be able to get it as well there, but all over the world. I mean, we're talking like 170 plus countries that Impact is now available in. How many countries are AEW available in again?
Oh, just Tony Khan's little world.
about 4 or 5. Yeah, not many.
0.5.
Yeah, exactly. Not that many. But they get nearly 1 million every week on Dynamite in the US. They don't get many elsewhere, but they get plenty there. So that's all good to see. And again, Barry's right. The YouTube is an amazing deal. 4 shows for 99p. You can't knock it. You cannot knock that. You can't. It's got to be one of the best deals in the world. It's got to be one of the best deals for anything. 4 2-hour shows, for 99 pence. I mean, that's just fucking mental, isn't it? Like, how can you moan at that? Like, if you're in the UK, how can you moan at that? Seriously, crazy. But anyway, guys, don't forget to head over to our Discord as well, because of course we've got a TNI Patreon, which exclusive content each and every week when you sign up. And of course, like I say, you could join the Discord where we pretty much talk about everything Impact and all wrestling related, as well as movies and other sports and all that kind of stuff as well. We even talk about the WWE on the Discord and AEW. It's all on there. It's all on there, guys. So if you're into any of that shit, you get yourself onto our Discord and you can talk about it there with like-minded, lovely people. That's what I say. All TNI shows are available to all on your Listen on the Go fans. Obviously, as audio only via SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you list your favorite shows all over the world. We are there. Where can we find you on the socials, my brother Joe?
You can find me on Twitter at JK Empty Space, or you can jump onto Facebook or Twitter, look for hashtag Empty Space, hashtag Into the Void, or you fancy to stick your taste buds and your sense of humor, hashtag Daily Giggle, but approach with an open mind, and you just might keep your sanity.
Fabulous. And don't forget, although he's not with us in person, he is with us in spirit. If you want to go and check out Simply Steve, he is available on Twitter at Simply Steve311.
Yes.
Yes! Yes! I got it right. And of course, if
We got
you
this
are
guy
interested-
again.
And if you're interested in finding out more with regards to the Bison, at
My
Lord
fingers
Bison
slipped, that was
45
unintentional.
on Twitter, you can follow me there. I'm getting so close to 2,000 follows on Twitter, guys. Come and help me out. And I always say this, guys. Also don't forget to follow at We Talk Impact on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. You got to make sure that you follow us on everything, guys, so that you don't miss out on any of the content we got coming out each and every week. Now, guys, please take the time to help us out moving up the rankings on YouTube by giving us a thumbs up. I want to give 2 if I could. And if you're new to us and you like what you see, then please consider hitting that subscribe button. And don't forget to give the bell a tickle, a squeeze, or even a smash, whichever floats your boat, to never miss any of the TNI UK and, of course, US teams' great impact-related content each and every week. With all that said, I've been your host, Bison, and he has been, of course, the fantastic Out of the Void Joker, and this has been episode 118 of Impacted. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Take care, guys. Much love to the TNI tribe.
We're Bison! We are Impacted!